Shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel. Let us give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kwakadash, and double honor to our elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and the bishops of great millstone, and their elders. I'm going to just play this clip, and we'll take it from there, man. That's ridiculous.
I don't know anything. When you say make America great again, which period are we talking about? The period when women couldn't vote? The period when we were hanging from trees?
I'll answer.
Or like the crack era? Which period in America are you trying to make America like?
So I actually think that I would totally rock a hat right now that said make Black America great again. Because Black America,
we're talking about make America. That wasn't the question.
I am answering your question.
Which period was America great that we're trying to replicate? Which era was it? Tell me.
I think.
Which era was it?
What?
Which era was so great?
Slavery was all over the world. All over the world. America was. I'm not saying it's okay. So why are you saying, oh, why are you booing a fact?
Because you're making light of.
No, I'm not.
You're making light
I haven't gotten into my points. I'm not
of
making
people that look like us. You can't make light of that. That ain't nothing you
I haven't
breeze
even
over.
finished the sentence. How am I making light of
started
anything?
with some bull.
Okay.
When you.
Now, this is all ridiculous from the beginning. This is all ridiculous from the beginning. Why is a man on the stage going back and forth with a woman? Arguments, right? Facing arguments, right? Seeking an opinion, but before I even go there, Salakia. You see, this how a lot of these guys, man, they're emotional. And they of course they set up. Of course they're set up, right? All right, let's go here. Ecclesiastes chapter 11. Answer not before, chapter 11, verse 8. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause, neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk. You know? Because that's a female trait. That's a female trait. You ask somebody a question, you got to hear them out. You got to let them finish talking. Right? And if they foolish, they're gonna condemn themselves. Right? But if they have a point of view of something and you ask them a question, it's in your best bet to just sit back and listen and see what they got to say. That's what females do. You know? You can ask a female a question, or she'll ask you a question, and you go into answering it, right? But before you can actually finish your statement, they're going to jump in there and be like, well, you know how it go. Right? They're going to interrupt your statement. So in other words, they're not listening. It's something that they want to hear. And that's what we just witnessed right here. Let me get it again. That's what we just witnessed. All right, check this out.
When you say make America great again, which period are we talking about? The period when women couldn't vote? The period when we were hanging from trees?
I'll answer.
Or like the crack era? Which period in America are you trying to make America like?
I actually think that I would totally rock a hat right now that said make Black America great again. Because Black America.
We're talking about make America. That wasn't the question.
I am answering.
You see? He asked a question and she was going into it. Even though she bogus too. Make Black America great again. Come on, man. Because Black and America don't even go together. You know? Like who is black? What people is black? Black meaning void of light. And our people still in 2024 calling themselves this ignorant shit. All right? another thing I want to hit on is, you know, you gotta understand how Esau, Edom has us playing against each other. But the Bible already, you know what? And I'm grateful for the camp that I go to out here in Orlando, man. With these beloved brothers, man, they be so on fire, man. You know, and telling the truth, man. I'm gonna get that Psalms chapter 10, and I'm gonna start at verse 2. The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. The wicked is talking about Esau, Edom. You know, his pride, he had pride in persecuting the poor. He put us against each other. You're right. And the poor is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, West Indians, and Haitians. You know, the poor, right? Those who've been persecuted, right? Those that's on welfare, those that's in the ghetto, those that's first fired, last hired. You know the statistics. Those that fill up the jail cells. You know, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. Right, the covetous, those that want everything that Esau Edom got up here set up. And that's what, you know, this rapper is, man. That's what most of these rappers are about. They covetous. You know, most of them talk about being with other men. They mostly talk about adultery, being with other men's women. You know, you can have whatever you like. Type shit. You know what I mean? That's what these dudes do, man. They covetous. Once again, verse 3, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. The Lord is disgusted with those that violate his law, statutes, and commandments, and especially the children of Israel that violate his law, statutes, and commandments. He's disgusted with. He abhorred the 2/3 of Israel and these other heathen nations, especially the wicked Esau, Edom. So we're gonna sit up here and listen to T.I., right? The same guy that got caught, you know, with a bunch of guns so many years ago, caught with a bunch of guns. He had to go on TV and tell everybody he got a tip, right? TIP, a tip. Call the tip line if you see something bogus happening in your neighborhood. But our people are so, and I used to listen to Tip, man. I ain't gonna front, man. I used to listen to this shit, man. But man, as you get into this truth and you understand the truth, man, these guys are puppets. They're puppets of the puppets, right? They puppets of the puppets. You know, and they get blessed by Esau Edom with a little money. You know, they go out there doing all this little bogus shit. They be doing things with little children too. You know, there's so many cases they done came across. You know, for some reason, maybe because he got so many kids, they can make money off of them. So they give them over to Moloch. They put them under the fire. Hey, man, these people wicked as hell. And then the thing is, the majority of our people will sit up there and hear this conversation. They'll sit up there and hear this conversation between these two individuals. And they live their life based off what these people are saying. You know, it don't matter if Trump get in office. It don't matter if Kamala Harris get in office. The word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is about to be proven. It's about to be seen in the world. And that's Esau Edom system going down. And there's going to be sedition amongst men. There's going to be brother against brother, Egyptian against Egyptian. It's going to be a man's foes to be those of his own household. That's what's about to happen. And y'all being warned. Instead of cleaving to the Lord, instead of fighting for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, a lot of people are just fighting for vanity. A system that exists, but it doesn't really exist. democracy, so-called democracy, a beast system, right? Everything that violates Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right? Going against the moral fabrics that's been given to us by Yahweh Shem Yahushua of our culture. Now we said, yeah, we're gonna do those things. Those laws, we're gonna keep them. But our people up here arguing. A man with a woman, it should. This is a sad thing where a man argues with a woman. And believe me, a lot of us, we've been through it. The Lord is showing us better ways. It's in our best interest to just walk away from a woman before we even argue with her. Just walk away from her. Right? But this is what they're showing the kids. And you wonder why you got all these little young bucks out here with so much emotional, so much emotional disdain against women, to the point where they'll argue with them, where they'll fight them, where they'll take their life. Because they feel like they on the same level as a doggone woman. That's how you know this society is fucked up. A mother and a father is not on the same level as a child. Let's put that out there. All right? A husband and a wife should not be on the same level. It should be an order to this thing. Yahushua already laid it out. The head of the man, the head of the woman is the man, the head of the man is the Savior, is our Savior, Yahushua. The head of Yahushua is the Heavenly Father. And that's how it go. But this is all entertainment. Let me get that scripture again. Let me go back here to that Psalms chapter 10. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. Yeah, they're going to make them rich. So-called. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. Even if he be shown mercy, even if Esau Edom is shown mercy, he will not understand Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He will not understand what it's like to be obedient to anyone, not even his own self, let alone our Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son. Verse 5, his ways are always grievous, thy judgments are far above out of his sight, and for all his enemies he puffeth at them. Right? So while they sitting up here having this, this debate, this back and forth, T.I. and I forget the lady name, they're having this back and forth. Behind the scenes, the elites, the higher ups, they puff it, they make a mockery out of these two Negroes, and believe me, they're not calling them Negroes. They're not calling these two individuals Negroes. And who are these Negroes fighting for? Right? Who are they going back and forth for? The community? The community? The black community? Well, who out of your black community are you trying to uplift? Or are you trying to uplift, this president or this potential president or that potential president? That's what they're fighting about. One side want to uplift Kamala Harris. One side want to uplift Trump. What's the difference? All right, verse 6. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved. That's the pride of America, right? For I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. This is speaking about Esau Edom. This is their whole system. This is their whole democracy. These are cops. And if not, you got to watch out, because what we just said right here, because it's an incident that just happened, right? Verse 3, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. There's a shooting that went down in Chicago the other day, where a officer got hit with a switch. Some young guy in a car that got pulled over by a cop in Chicago, let off a switch. He killed the officer and he killed his homeboy in the car too, because he can't control the gun. You know? And you about to go to jail, serve life with the thought that you killed your own homie, your own so-called friend or buddy or whatever, and a cop at the same time. Right? But this is what Esau boasted about. This is what the higher ups boast about. This is what they want. Chaos. So they could bring what's that? Order Arcadio? Order Arcadio? Order out of chaos? So they could bring order out of chaos. And what's that order gonna be? Lockdown, martial law, slavery. Which they were kind of going into, and slavery is not a bad thing. We're gonna go into that ourselves. How about that? But let's get to this point. I'm gonna jump down to verse 8, 2 scriptures away from that point. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. Verse 10. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. The face of his strong ones. The face of Esau, Edom's strong ones. Right? What they call them? I guess social activists, entertainers. That's his strong one. He used your NBA your sports players. He used your musicians, your actors and actresses. Right? Like one of the brothers made a poignant point that I heard the other day. Slacky for not remember who it is, so I could, but he say how when if I ain't gonna go into it because I don't remember, but every time around an election, why do these representatives, right, those that's campaigning for to be your president, why is it the only time of the year you see them with these rappers? You see, they bring the rappers out. Those are your strong ones. They know who you listen to. And it's not only that. They know who your children are listening to and who your children are watching. They know your children are watching, Megan Thee Stallion, Lil Jon, and what's the guy from Philadelphia? And these politicians use y'all to gain access to the people. And over and over again, our people fall for it like it ain't nothing. Who? Sexy Red, Glorilla. They about to go out here. They campaigning with the presidents, the so-called presidents. But who sets this whole thing up? The higher ups. The higher ups. I'm gonna let this go because I want to go into the point that they was talking to.
America, we talking about America. That wasn't the question.
I am answering your question.
Which period was America great that we're trying to replicate? Which era was it? Tell me.
I think.
Which era was it?
What?
Which era was so great?
Slavery was all over the world. All over the world. America was. No, I'm not saying it's okay. So why are you saying, why are you doing a fact?
Because you're making light of.
No, I'm not.
You're making light
I
of
haven't
the
gotten into my points.
enslavement
I'm not
of
making.
people that look like us.
You're making light of the enslavement of people that look like us. We deserved it. How about that? I know that's gonna ruffle feathers of people that don't understand the truth. We deserved going into slavery. We deserved it. How? Let's start. Simple. The Lord told us. How about that? The Lord told us so. Deuteronomy 28, verse 1. All right. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations on the earth. And that's what these people don't understand. All these people that still believe in, you know, it don't matter. The Lord ain't dealing with Israel, right? The Lord ain't dealing with Yasharallah. The Lord is dealing with all the nations. And nowhere in the Bible do you see the Lord say this thing right here. Nowhere in the Bible the Lord say, I will set all the nations, I will make all the nations equal. Nowhere in the Bible. The Lord said that he will make all nations equal. He's always been a separatist. Right? Well, I'm going to read this again, though. It say, I command thee this day that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth, and all these blessings shall come upon thee and overtake thee if thou shalt hear or hearken unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai thy power. And then here's the blessings. Blessed shall we be in the city, blessed shall we be in the field, blessed shall our basket and thy store be. These are the blessings. We're gonna be above all the nations because we know better. Spiritually. Because we're being obedient to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, who knows better than everybody. Period. So while y'all sitting up here walking around the world believing what your pastor told you, even though you got these words right here in front of your face, the Lord said, if you love me, keep my commandments. Even though you got these words right in front of your face every day, even though it's written, we don't live by works, but grace. He said, faith without works is dead. So you got to understand the balance of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Don't play with this. Don't play with this thing like it doesn't make sense. It makes all the sense. And once you try to sit up there and talk anything bad about Yahweh Bashem Yahushai without having the proper understanding, you condemning yourself. All right, but these are the blessings. But this is the part. This is the part where we're going to have to get to it. To that but, right? The consequences. Look at the heading. Consequences of disobedience. Right? Verse 15. Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shall thou be in the city, cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. Cursed shall thy basket and thy store be. So on and so forth. So everything that we do is going to be cursed. Going in, coming out. Our families, our children. That's a signet of who the children of Israel is. While everybody else around us is making money off of us, prospering off of us, they're not living in our neighborhoods, but they come to our neighborhoods to get money off of us, that use us as slaves. Financially, physically, and even spiritually, because they got all these whorehouses, these harlot houses set up in our community, taking our revenue, you know, giving us a false sense of hope and faith inside in with the picture of an enemy, a well-known enemy, as the savior of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, West Indians, and Haitians. Y'all been duped. We've all been duped. Right? Well, they want to talk about slavery. And that's what I want to go into. So let's check this out. Let's go to Exodus chapter 21. What's wrong with slavery? There's nothing wrong with slavery. Because slavery has laws as well. Slavery has laws as well. And I'm going to go a little bit into it. I'm going to try to shorten this up, Lord willing. Let's go here. Exodus chapter 20, 21. Oh, that's beautiful. The water, yeah, about you, I got to use this more. Hold on. Before I go there, let's go here. Do the Exodus chapter 21, verse, I'm going to start at verse 1. Now these are the judgments which thou shalt set before them. Right? Law, statutes, judgments, commandments. If thou buy a Hebrew servant, 6 years he shall serve, and in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing. Did that happen during the captivity of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, West Indians, and Haitians? Are we not still caught up in their slavery? To this day, the Lord said, "No man shall redeem you, or no man shall buy you." To this day, the children of Israel are still in captivity, and it's a law against that. The Lord said, "If they be found in thy hand, you shall surely die." And we're still in this white man's hand. And I ain't gonna just say, because it's not about race. The higher ups, the elite of Esau Edom, we're still in captivity, whether you know it or not. But let's go. Verse 2 again. If thou buy a Hebrew servant, 6 years he shall serve, and in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing. If he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. All right? But what did they do in these plantations over here in America? And I'm sure they did it in other places as well. But just based on the knowledge and information that we have, that they have put out there, right? Movies like Roots and all of this, they separated us. He went to one plantation, and she went to another plantation. Wickedly. They devised their plans, their plots wickedly against the children of Israel. Ain't nothing wrong with slavery, but do it right. But do it right. Ain't nothing wrong with beating your slaves. All right? Yeah, sometimes you gotta check in it, because we is. When the time comes, Lord willing, we be a part of that elect number, we is. Y'all gonna learn today. Y'all gonna learn today. Verse 4. If his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons and daughters, the wife and her children shall be her masters, and he shall go out by himself. All right, that's if the master give you one, And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free. Then his master shall bring him into the judges. He shall also bring him to the door, or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. See, and that's what Esau Edom is trying to do. Yeah, right now, the upper echelons, Amalek and his lackeys, the higher up, the ones that's living their best life for real, they trying to get y'all to take that MOTB, that Revelation 13 and 16. And y'all gonna serve him for, I can't say forever. It's gonna seem like forever, because when the Lord put that fire on your ass, he said you're gonna be burning in the lake of fire forever, till you are completely consumed and destroyed. So you might well say, yeah, forever. Revelation 14, you're gonna get that grievous sore. You're going to get that judgment based on you not being obedient to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Right? I'm going to go ahead to Deuteronomy 15 and 12. And if any brother, an Hebrew man, or an Hebrew woman, be sold unto thee, and serve thee 6 years, then in the 7th year thou shalt let him go free from thee. And when thou sendest him out free from thee, thou shalt not let him go away empty. Thou shalt furnish him liberally out of thy flock, and out of thy floor, and out of thy winepress, of that wherewith the Lord thy power hath blessed thee, thou shalt give unto him. And who that happened with? Who that happened with? Let's get it. Let's get the account of Jacob. Let's get the account of Jacob. That's in Genesis chapter 29. Jacob meets Rachel. All right. I'm going to jump down, though. Like I said, I don't want to take too much time. I just want to get to the point. Let's go to verse 20. Genesis 29, verse 20. And Jacob served 7 years for Rachel, right? And they seemed unto him but a few days for the love he had to her, because Jacob was smitten by Rachel's beauty. So he made a deal with Laban to work with him for 7 years. But he said because of how beautiful she looked, man, he's like, shoot, boy, you know that wasn't nothing. But Laban had received a lot of blessings in the midst of that, you know, because that's how it is when you're working with the children, with the blessed, the anointing of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, the Lord, the chosen, you know, the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. The Lord just built something inside of them. Lord, wouldn't we be a part of them? He built something inside of them that's gonna flourish, you know. And our forefather Jacob, whose name would later turn into Yasharallah, he Prince of Power, Israel, you know, he came with that. You know, the Lord gave him that. And Jacob served 7 years for Rachel, and they seemed unto him but a few days, for the love he had to her. Verse 21, and Jacob said unto Laban, give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled, that I may go in unto her. And Laban gathered together all the men of the place and made a feast. And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah, his daughter. Right? That's the youngest. No, that's the oldest. And brought her to him and went in unto her. And he went in unto her. Right? That made it a marriage. Once a man sleep with a woman sleep with a man, that's a marriage. All right? That's the law. That's how it go. That's why this world is filled with adultery. All right, let me continue. That's another story. So let's get it. Verse 24. And Laban gave unto his daughter Leah Zilpah, his maid, for a handmaid. And it came to pass. Oh wow, Salakia, y'all. Let me. Not right now. And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah his daughter and brought her to him, and he went in unto her. And Laban gave unto him to his daughter Leah Zilpah, his maid, for an handmaid. And it came to pass that in the morning, behold, it was Leah, and he said to Laban, what is thou hast done unto me? Did not I serve with thee for Rachel? Wherefore then hast thou beguiled me? And Laban said, it must not be so done in our country, to give the younger before the firstborn. All right, so he put a what they call that? They call it a catfish type deal. He put a catfish on Jacob. All right. And he gave her Leah instead of Rachel. All right, verse 26, and Laban said, it must not be done in our country to give the younger before the firstborn. Fulfill her week, and we will give thee this also for the service which thou shalt serve with me yet 7 other years. And Jacob did so, and fulfilled her week, and he gave him Rachel, his daughter, to wife also. And Laban gave to Rachel his daughter Bilhah, his handmaid, his handmaid to be her maid. Right? So Jacob did that. He did that in 14 years and got 4 wives. Well, at the time it wasn't 4 wives. He got 2 wives. And they had their handmaids. And see, that's how it's going to be so beautiful in the kingdom, because our daughter's going to have handmaids. You know, our daughter's best friends is going to be taking care of them like, man, take care of my daughter. Do what you're supposed to do and don't mess up. It's going to be ordered. It's going to be perfect. But slavery is if it's done righteously, if it's done, you're going to get blessed for what you're supposed to be doing. And the children of Israel, we're going to be governing that. Lord willing, the elect of Israel, starting with the 144,000, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we're going to be governing that. Right? So it's not a bad thing for as far as slavery. You know, we went through it. So the other nations, matter of fact, let's go there. Matter of fact, before I go there, I want to ask a question. Let's go here. What is modern slavery? Because a lot of people don't know. They think they're free. They think they're free. How do you identify modern slavery? What does modern slavery apply to? Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. What is modern? Let me hit this up. What is modern slavery? What is modern slavery? You might think that slavery is a thing of the past, but right now, almost 50 million people are trapped in slavery worldwide. Like I told y'all earlier, you know, if you get a Social Security card or a Social Security number, you pretty much a slave. That's your prison. You know, that's your prison number, your ID number. You know? No, we ain't doing none of that. It's a problem that affects every country on earth. And see, the truth will set you free. Knowing that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is coming back to put an end to this man's slavery, and it's about to be worse, as we just read, right? Because when you don't want to leave your slave master, he gets to put an arm on you, or it's called an arm, where he put it's identification chip or identification piece that lets everybody know that you are a slave to the slave master forever, because you don't want to leave. You don't want to leave your wife. You don't want to leave your children. Let me see. Man, matter of fact, let me pull it back up again, if I can. What was that? That was in Deuteronomy 12. Let's go back up here. That was Deuteronomy 12. Exodus 21. And that's what they gave us that, right? Yep, Deuteronomy 15 and 12. Right? I'm going to jump down to verse, in case you're just pulling in case you're just not checking it out. I'm going to verse 16. And it shall be, if he say unto thee, I will not go away from thee, because he loveth thee, and thine house, because he is well with thee, then shalt thou take an awl. Let's see what that word all is. Can we do that? Let's see what that word all is. Web search. Wow, y'all play too much. So they're not gonna give me the definition off rip. But we know it's like a not necessarily a tattoo, right? It's not necessarily a tattoo, but it's a oh, y'all got me all the way back over here. It's a way of letting people know that you mine, right? Once again, then shalt thou take an awl and thrust it through his ear into the door, and he shall be thy servant forever. And also unto thy maidservant thou shalt do likewise. Right? And that's what Edom is trying to do with the children of Israel. And y'all still think y'all free? No, we still facing modern slavery. Again, like the Lord said, and no man shall redeem you. No man shall buy you until Yahweh shall return. That's why he told us to, how he said, he say, haste not in the time of trouble, but that's not the one. He say, wait till I rise to the prey. Right? We can't take these matters in our own hand. Everything we ever tried has never helped us out of this slavery. We are destroyed, but only the elect is being reactivated to the truth. Let me get this. Let me see, cause they trying to. I'm gonna jump down to here where it say, according to the latest global estimates of modern slavery 2022, from Walk Free, the International Labor Organization and the International Organization for Migration, 49.6 million people live in modern slavery. In forced labor and forced marriage. Ooh. Why forced labor and forced marriage? Because why just get paid off the man? Why just tax the man? This is Edom's plan, man. This is his wicked decrees. Right? That's why this man gotta be put out. He gotta be thrown out of the out of rulership. And y'all still want to sit up here and go down and vote, all right, to your own detriment. It say roughly a quarter of all victims of modern slavery are children. 22 million people are in forced marriages. 2 out of 5 of these people were children. And y'all worry about what? Y'all worry about the I ain't about to go into it, but you know. So they doing this stuff worldwide. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's see. Who run the world? Who are those that run the world? Since lately it's been an uproar, right? It's been an uproar against this truth going out. You got all these so-called Christians and so on and so forth, back and forth, coming at Hebrew Israelites on the street corners, just telling the truth about the Bible, right? Breaking down the Bible according to how the Lord said it's supposed to be done. For one, the Lord ain't choose no other nations to be his priests, right? But the children of Israel. Let me go ahead though. Who runs the world? Who runs the world? Who runs the economy? I guess that's a good thing. Who runs the world economy? The global economy is dominated by large financial institutions, not the governments of the world's largest economies. However, governments do have some influence over the economy through fiscal policy, which includes taxes, spending, and borrowing. But who runs those financial institutions? You think it's so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, West Indians, and Haitians? Who controls? If you have a financial institution, you have to have a military. Where do you see a place called Black that has a military? All right. What about a West Indian? Do West Indians have a military? Or are there military? Is that the UN? Don't the UN go in and out of the West Indies and Haiti? Where's the place where the so-called Haitians got a military? They don't have no military. is controlled by the UN. So on and so forth. I think my point's been made. With that, I want to go here. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. I'm gonna start at verse. Let's go to verse 2. Chapter 2. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. I'm trying to get ready to close this out. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. I'm gonna start at verse 1. For the ungodly said, reasoning within themselves, but not aright, our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. Right? Elvis Presley, Elvis Presley, whoever, they got, these the higher ups, these guys that they've been on life support for the longest, stealing people's kidneys, stealing the children of Israel, stealing your kidneys. They put it on your driver's license. Do you want to be a donor? Where do you think those body parts are going to? Don't you know, if you don't get claimed, if something happened to you, you so-called pass away or whatever, and you don't get claimed, those bodies automatically get shipped to scientists, like so-called scientists or whatever, you know what I mean? Research labs, I put it that way. That's what happened with your organs. These old fucks, that's been plotting to destroy the poor, the so-called children, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indian, the actual children of Israel. That's what happened to those organs. They use it for trying to rehabilitate themselves. Once again, for the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, not aright, our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath, because they know they know their destiny. The bloodline of Esau, Edom is going to be cut off forever. Period. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath of our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart, which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. Because they don't have it in them to believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They don't have it in them to believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, let alone be obedient to his word. Verse 4, for our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed in a mist, that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning. For it is a fast seal, so that no man cometh again. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the things that are present. Right? Let us enjoy the things that are present. Let's take what they call it. Let's jet sail. Let's jet sail. Let's make yachts. Let's blow out. Let's puff ourselves up. Let's have freak offs. Let us do what we want to do through our technology. Let us take over these small countries by the force of a gun. Let us deceive the world. Let's give them a false sense of hope in us. Let's see how many people we can take down with us. Let's see how many people we can convert to being as wicked as we are. so the Lord could destroy them too. But the Lord is setting it up on purpose. The Lord trying to fish out, or he, like he say, he's going to sift the house of Israel. He's going to sift the house to see who's really for him and who's really for his enemies. And how do you do that? You give your enemies everything that their heart's desires. You give your enemies everything that's flashy, carnal things, right? That's how you do that. And you fish out those that just want carnal things, those that just want you for what you got, or do they want you for who you are? Lord, wouldn't we be a part of that number that want Yahweh Shemashah for who he is, for what he's done? You know? I'm going to jump down, cut it short. I'm going to jump down to verse 10, because this is the point. I'm going to start at verse 9. It say, let none of us go out without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. These statues, right? Which, you know, it's been controversial. Some of them statues they had to take down, you know. But, you know, they still got their statues. They got their pictures. They got certain monuments. They got certain plaques. You know, you go to a park or something, it'll say, Blaza Skippy Woo Woo was here. You know, 1700 to 1900, you know, 1700 to 17 something. You know, this is why this school is here. That's their way of leaving tokens of their joyfulness in every place. For this is our portion and our lot is this. But the Lord's going to come back. Yahweh Shah's come back to destroy all that, especially here in America. There's nothing here in America that's going to be left standing as a memorial to the evil, to the wicked, to the ungodly. They're going to be like they say. Let me get it again. I'm going to jump right back down. Verse 3, which extinguish... That don't hit. Yeah, here we go. Verse 2. For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the movement of our heart. Which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. Yeah, it ain't gonna be nothing left here. But at the same time, in the kingdom, when the kingdom is set up, y'all not leaving that easy. Y'all got work to do, baby. Continual employment. Y'all got work to do for 1,000 years. Y'all ain't just gonna slip off y'all not gonna walk into the sunset like that. You know what I mean? Verse 9 again. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. For this is our portion, and our lot is this. This is the point, man. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor grievance, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. And what's that? What's the strength of let our strength be the law of justice? Slavery. You enslaved to debt. You get locked behind them bars. You enslaved to a 40-hour job, a 40-hour week job, where you can't get no overtime, so you probably got to pick up another job, you know, just to feed your family. You work. You barely have enough to sustain for you and your family. You tired, they feeding you this junk ass food. That's slavery. This is hell on earth, man. And it's ran by ESAU'S. What's that, Habakkuk chapter 2? He is as hell. Matter of fact, before I go any further, I should probably pull that out, just cause. Just because, man. Because y'all got to understand who y'all dealing with. A lot of people don't even know what they dealing with. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2. Well, Habakkuk chapter 2. Verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Right, as we just read in Psalms. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. But gather unto him all nations, and heap unto himself all people. It's a who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. This is what comes with this man. His blessing was the sword, destruction. So he's either gonna lock you up, get rid of you some kind of messed up way. Again, in verse 10, I want to pull that out. Let us oppress the poor, righteous man. Let us not spare the widow. No reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. You know, whipping us without physically whipping us, wearing out the saints. All right. Let me hurry up. This Solomon chapter 5. I'm gonna go ahead to Solomon chapter 5. Because the Lord in these last days, He's building up His people. He's building up, starting with His men. Starting with His men, man. Solomon chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. Yeah. That's talking about the 144,000 men. Lord, wouldn't be part of that number on the highways and hedges, sighing and crying for the abomination that's done in this place. You know, Lord, wouldn't we be a part of that number that the Lord is going to seal with that mark of exemption, that the Wah. You know, Solomon, verse 5 and 1 again. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labor. And what does it take to stand in great boldness? Right? Stand for the name of Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. What does it take? Faith. By works. Because faith without works is dead. Get it or not, understand it or not. That's what it is. You can't say you trust and believe in something and you don't got no works to back it up. And understand, not by works are we saved. You know? Understand where your mercy is coming from. Yahweh Shai. The sacrifice of Yahweh Shai. His blood being shed. Him being marred worse than anyone. For all the sins of Israel, that's a heavy burden. But He made it light for us. Verse 2, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of His salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. Because when those chariots pull up, even before them chariots pull up, it's gonna be miracles. It's gonna be spiritual intervention happen. Michael gonna have to stand up. A standard gonna be set. Spiritual power is gonna be going out. How did He make that? How did He do that? How did He get through that? Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Calling on that name. And on having faith. First and foremost, man. What King David say? You know, you got your sword, you got all that. All I got is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. You know, that's all I need. And that's going to be the attitude of the elect, especially the 144,000. We tried everything else, man. We know ain't nothing else gonna help. We already know that. That's instilled inside of us. Ain't nothing else gonna help, brothers. Y'all know that. Don't let it go. Hold your crown. Don't let nobody take it. And who gonna give you your crown? Who gonna give us that crown? Yahweh Shai. So let's do our best through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai to keep holding it, man. That's it for them, man. I want to get this Isaiah because let's get verse 3. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves. This is the so-called elites, right? And all those that hate us, all those that's trying to come up against the truth, you scoffers, you mockers, right? And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb and a reproach, all right, vocab, and all your little flunkies and your junkies. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints? Call halayim la Yahabashim Yahshua Adawan Ratazah. Yeah. And then what's going to happen? I'm going to cut it short. I'm going to just go to Isaiah 49, man. And we're going to cut it right there. We're going to cut it right there. Lord willing, this is edifying. Because we about to go into those times, man. But Lord willing, he be with us. Lord willing, he be with us, man. We ain't got nothing else to depend on, man. I'm going to jump down to verse 22. Isaiah 49, verse 22. Thus said the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, thus said the Lord power, behold, I will lift up my hand to the Gentile and set up my standard to the people. This is the Israelite foreigners, the Israelites. And they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and thy daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders. And the kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. That's slavery. The higher ups, the elites, right? Your Rothschilds, your Oppenheimers, your Gettys, your DuPonts. And the king shall be thy nursing fathers. When y'all come about them K's, man. Come about them K's. We already got your name on the chain. Here you go. Your name is on the chain. It's imprinted. It might not be what you want it to be, but what's their name? Damn, I forget it right now, man. I forget it right now, and I ain't gonna bring it up, cause yeah. But anyway, and kings shall be thy fathers, thy nursing fathers, and their queens, thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. Khan, you hear that? The Lord said, wait till I rise to the prey. He gotta get his first. After everything that Yahweh Shai been through for us, man, he gotta get his first. Verse 24. Shall the prey be taken from the mighty, or the lawful captive delivered? But thus said the Lord, even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible shall be delivered. Yeah, because we've been slaves to y'all. To this day, we still in y'all hand. We're still in y'all hand, which lawfully is going to bring your demise. I will feed them. Hold on. Hold on. Once again, verse 25, Isaiah 49:25. But thus said the Lord, even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible shall be delivered. For I will contend with him that contendeth with thee, and I will save thy children. And I will feed them that oppress thee. And I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh, and they shall be drunken with their own blood, as with sweet wine. And all flesh shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that I, the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, am thy Savior, and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. All right? Did it say the mighty one of Esau? Did it say the mighty one of Ammon and Moab? Did it say the mighty one of Ham and his descendants or Ishmael? No. The mighty one of Jacob, whose name is Yahshua Allah. He, Prince of Power. The Lord ain't redeeming. He's not the savior of any other nations out there, whether you get it or not. Whether you hear or forbear. And that's the truth. With that, I'm going to close out. You know? Hope this lesson is edifying. But don't waste your time, man, trusting in this system, man. You know? I'm going to leave right there, though. Till next time, you let them select it. Let's give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kwakadash. Shalom. And let's give double honor to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom. And to the hopeful elect. Endure, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Ratazah, endure. Shalom. Till next time, Kwame Sharala, Wa Abba Baba.